On April 14th, 2011, this is Pulling You number 61. Reading Bridge friends, it's Michael here at Bridge Hands, and this is Day 1, Part 2, more on Jacoby transfers. In this session, we'll take a look at the typical one no-trump opener bids and some actual hands for a responder with varying high card points where responder has 5 cards in a major suit. Okay, let's begin. All right, on our first hand, South has 16 points. In spades, Ace Jack third. In hearts, Queen Jack 10 fourth. In diamonds, Ace and 2 little. And in clubs, Ace and 2 little again. This is a fairly average 16-point hand, although we do have a 4-3-3 shape, not great. And on the other hand, we do like our heart honors. For partner North, has 2 high card points in spades. Queen 10 5 times. 3 little in hearts, 3 little in diamonds, and 2 small clubs. All right, let's see how the bidding would go. Opener, 1 no trump. Responder, 2 hearts, a Jacoby transfer, mandating opener to bid 2 spades. Opener bidding 2 spades, and the responder passes. How do we do on this auction? In spade tricks, running 100-hand simulations, we'll make 7 tricks 76% of the time, meaning we will go down 1. We need to make 8 tricks. We make 8 tricks only 13% of the time. Well, is this a good deal using Jacoby transfers for a hand like this? Let's take a look. The same exact cards, if it was played in 1 no trump, makes 7 tricks 5% of the time. Well, playing in the 2 spade contract, we're up to 13%. That's more than twice as good, isn't it? And a no trump making 8 tricks just doesn't happen at all, does it? Okay, let's take a look at some more hands. This one was with 2 high card points, almost a bust hand, and partner South has 16 points. Let's continue to use 16 points for the South hand and take a look at other hands for North with more high card points. On our second hand, we'll have the same 16-point hand for South. For North this time, we'll have 6 high card points. In spades, Ace Queen 5 times. 3 little hearts, 3 babies in diamonds, and 2 small in clubs. The bidding will proceed 1 no trump by South. North will bid 2 hearts, the transfer to spades. South, the opener, will accept the transfer, bidding 2 spades, and because the maximum South could have would be 17 points, with 6 high, 7 distribution points with a nice Ace Queen 5 times, even 7 points isn't enough to get to game, so North will pass. And how do we do in this auction? Well, taking a look at a 100-hand simulation, playing in spades, the number of tricks available, 93% of the time we will make our 2 spade contract. And in fact, 57% of the time, more than half, we'll make an over trick. We'll make 9 tricks. In no trump, not so good. Making 8 tricks only happens 50% of the time. Making 9 tricks would only happen 1% of the time. So clearly, again, with these 2 hands, we're better playing in 2 spades than we would be passing our partner's 1 no trump opener. So up to this point, we've been taking a look at responder hands that don't have enough high card points or distribution points to invite for game. Now let's take a look at where responder has 8 distribution points. First off, the opener has a slightly different hand. In this case, 3 spades in hearts, Ace Jack 10 fourth, a nice suit. In diamonds, Ace Queen Jack 4 times, another nice suit. In clubs, Ace little. For the responder, the North hand has Ace, Queen, Jack 5 times. That's 7 high. And with a good suit, there should be one for distribution, shouldn't there? We'll call it 8-point distribution-wise. In hearts, 3 little, diamonds, 3 babies, and 2 small in clubs. So how should the bidding proceed? 1 no trump starting by South. What next? Okay, using the Jacoby transfer bid, after 1 no trump, it's 2 hearts. Opener in South bids 2 spades. At this point, the responder bids 2 no trump to invite. They're not sure that South has 3 spades, maybe 4 spades, or maybe just 2 spades. So it's a general invitation, and it's putting up to South to say, do you want to pass with a minimum and 2 spades? Do you want to go ahead and bid 3 spades, sign off with 3 spades and a minimum? Do you want to bid 3 no trump with a maximum 17-point hand, a good 16, and 2 spades? Or do you want to bid 4 spades with a good hand towards the maximum and 3 or 4 spades? In this hand, South will accept. They have 16 high, 3 trump, and they have nice tennis honors in the red suits. Okay, how many tricks do we make? Playing in a spade contract, we make 9 tricks 85% of the time, and 10 tricks 58% of the time, clearly more than half. So it's definitely worth the opportunity to accept a 4-spade game, knowing that partner North has 5 spades, and we in South have 3 spades, and a good hand. So with 3 of the implied trump suit, 3 spades in this case, and extras, these nice hearts and diamonds, the opener will accept a 4-spade game, making far in advance of 50% of the time. Very good. In contrast, on our next hand, let's have South, where they do not have 3-card trump support. They begin with 1 no trump. In this case, they have an extra club and 1 less in the spade suit. We have the same hand in North. Ace, Queen, Jack, 5 times, 5, 3, 3, 2 suit. Nothing else in the side suits. So the auction in this case, how would you bid this one? We'll start with 1 no trump in the South, then what? This one may be a little bit tricky. We start off 1 no trump. In North, 2 hearts, the transfer bid. In South, 2 spades. In North, once again 2 no trump. In South, how about a pass? Well, first off, we don't want to play in a spade contract, do we? With us only having 2 in South and partner only promising 5 in North, they would use another bidding sequence. If they had 6, they would instead rebid 3 spades rather than 2 no trump. So we know we don't have an 8-card fit. And let's take a look and see how we do in 2 versus 3 no trump. In 2 no trump, we make 65% of the time. The opportunity cost to play in 3 no trump, we only make 29%, just a little bit more than 1 in 4. So clearly, with a hand like this, we don't want to be bidding to accepting a no trump game. And we don't want to be bidding spades either, since we only have a 7-card fit. So with 2 spades and bad shape, let's talk about the bad shape as why opener would pass. Well, we only have 2 trump, but we have 3 or more in the other suits. Before, we had a doubleton in the spade suit was a positive factor. Now we have 3 in all of the side suits and only 2 in partner suit. So we don't want to accept 3 no trump with a hand like this. Next, we'll give the same hand for South, 16 points, 2 spades. North, in this case, we'll have 6 spades, Ace, Queen, 6 times. It's a 6, 3, 2, 2 suit, 3 diamonds, 2 hearts, and 2 small clubs. How would the bidding go this time? Starts 1 no trump in the South, then what? Okay, 1 no trump, then 2 hearts by North, 2 spades by South, 3 spades invitational, promising 6 spades, not having enough to go to game. We have 6 high and 2 distribution points with a nice spade suit. What does South do? Well, South passes. Remember, they did not have the good hand. Although at this point, they know they have an 8-card fit because the opener rebid spades after the transfer. In this case, South does not have great values. So how do we do statistic-wise looking at 100 hands? Playing in a spade contract, we make 9 tricks 81% of the time. 10 tricks, 40% of the time. Well, if you're playing rubber bridge or a team international match point scoring, you might want to take the risk. The benefit for making the rubber or making a vulnerable game might be worth that risk, even though it's less than 50%. However, if you're playing a duplicate bridge match point game, or if you're playing rubber bridge with your future mother-in-law, you may not want to take the risk. You may want to make mother-in-law look good, right? Okay. So in this case, with 2 spades and fairly poor shape, having 3 cards in each of the side suits, the opener probably ought to pass unless they see the risk-reward to be beneficial, making a spade game contract less than 50% of the time. Okay. On our final no trump hand, let's have South with 3 spades and the same values in the other suits. A 16-pointer, once again, with a doubleton club this time. For North, we'll have the 8 distribution points. That's Ace, Queen, 6 times, 6 high, and 2 distribution. Doubleton heart, tripleton diamond, doubleton small clubs. How would the bidding go this time? Okay, it's going to start 1 no trump, then 2 hearts, the transfer bid, transfer accepted, 2 spades, responder rebids 3 spades, inviting, promising 6 spades, and south. Yes, you'll accept 4 spades this time. If you had 17 points, you would have accepted under any conditions, and you would have bid spades. With 16 points, you're kind of on the cusp. Maybe you should accept, maybe you shouldn't. In this case, because we have a doubleton and we know that we have a 9-card fit with partner, we will accept game. And how do we do in our spade contract? Well, making 9 tricks 91% of the time, and in our 4-spade contract, we make game 57% of the time. Earlier in our lesson, recall that we spoke about the opener needing to accept responder's transfer bid. It was a mandatory requirement, except with that little asterisk where there is interference. Sooner or later it will come up, and if we don't discuss it here, it'll probably come up sooner. And oftentimes when a responder has a very small hand and a long suit, the opponents will also, so it is not all that uncommon if partner has low values, and then the opener's right-hand opponent wishes to get in the auction as well. Here we go. So the bidding begins 1 no trump by ourselves, left-hand opponent pass, our partner bids 2 diamond, requiring us to bid 2 hearts. But then it comes 2 spades by our right-hand opponent. What next? Well, with interference after responder's bid, the opener may pass the transfer request with a minimum and only 2-card support. At this point, the responder has several options. One, they can do what's called a retransfer. They can bid the transfer suit again. In this case, it would be 3 diamonds. This would be mandatorily telling partner to bid 3 hearts. Second, they can go ahead and bid the 5-card suit on their own. If they don't want to transfer, they just want to bid the suit, they can go ahead and bid 3 hearts, saying, this is to play partner. I'll go ahead and play it from my side. Thank you very much. Third, if they're willing to let the opponents play in spades, then they can go ahead and pass. Now let's take a look at the situation where our partner makes a Jacoby transfer bid and we, the opener, have great supporting hand where all the stars are in the right position. We have 4 in partner's implied trump suit, and we have a maximum no trump hand. Let's say we're playing 15 to 17 no trump, and we have 17 points. Everything is perfect. So in this auction, let's say it goes 1 no trump by ourselves, our partner goes 2 diamonds, and we not only bid 2 hearts, we bid 3 hearts. So in this situation, we're saying that we have 17 points, our maximum values, and we have 4 cards in partner's heart suit. We do a super acceptance. We do a skip bid jump, jumping 1 level to show our extras in both strength and in shape. After the super acceptance, then, the responder may pass. They maybe only had 2 or 3 points, and it still ought to make 9 tricks for our 3 heart jump bid. And if partner has extras, maybe 7 points, certainly with an 8-pointer, we'll want to accept it. But it's a way that opener has an optional bid to show a very strong hand and very good trump support. Let's summarize what we've learned about the Jacoby transfer system. First off, who controls the auction? Yes, that would be the responder. The opener has well-defined range in terms of high card points and also promising at least 2 cards in each suit. So when the responder makes a transfer request, the opener must fulfill it. There are 2 exceptions. One is when there's interference. Let's say that we open 1 no trump, our partner goes 2 diamonds, then our right-hand opponent goes 2 spades. If we only have 2 hearts, we're not required to bid 2 hearts. First off, the auction's too high. Secondly, we don't have to go 3 hearts. Our partner now, as we saw earlier, has different options on what they can do next when there's interference. Conversely, when our partner goes 2 diamonds and we have 4 hearts and 17 points, a maximum, we can do a jump level to 3 hearts to show enthusiasm and strong interest in game. Now, the Jacoby transfer system is based upon the responder having 5 cards in a major suit. Although in some situations, the responder may have 6 cards or more in that suit, knowing that the partnership has a fit in that suit. And will certainly want to ensure that the auction is played in their 8-card or longer fit. So let's take a look at some of the point ranges by responder and how they control the auction. When the responder has less than 8 points, opener having a maximum of 17, then they would do a transfer and a pass. When the responder has invitational values, they may then ask for more information. So with 8 or 9 distributional points and a 5-card trump suit, after doing the transfer, they can then invite by bidding 2 no trump. When they have 8 or 9 points and a 6-card trump suit, then they would do an invitation by, after a transfer, let's say 2 diamonds or 2 hearts, opener bidding 2 hearts or 2 spades, they can then do an invitational 3 hearts or 3 spades to show that they have that invitational range, but this time they have a 6-card suit. Next, when there's 10 to 14 points, not enough for slam, but certainly where there's a guaranteed game, if they have 5 trump, then they would go ahead and start with a transfer request, 2 diamonds, opener would bid 2 hearts, they would bid 3 no trump to say, we have game values. Opener can then pass, or with 3 or 4 cards in partner's trump suit, the transfer suit, they can go ahead and correct to 4 of the major. And lastly, with 10 to 14 points, enough to insist on game, and 6 trump, they would go ahead and start by bidding 2 diamonds or 2 hearts. Opener would bid 2 hearts or 2 spades to complete the transfer, and knowing that there's an 8-card fit, the responder would then bid 4 hearts or 4 spades. Okay, bridge friends, we've covered all we need to know to use the basics of the Jacoby transfer system. In a future lesson, we'll take a look at when partner opens 2 no trump, or maybe 3 no trump and beyond. Or how about when there's transfers to the minor suit? We haven't yet spoke about when partner opens 1 no trump and we bid 2 spades. What's that all about? Or how about bidding slam using Blackwood or the Q bids? We've alluded to some of those. We'll take a look at some various auctions. And responder bidding a 2nd suit at the 3 level, we mentioned using that when we have slam interest, showing a 2nd suit with suit length. And how about the Texas transfer? Well, if Jacoby transfer is good, then the people from Texas, the big state, they have a big bid using a transfer at the 4 level. Then using the Texas and Jacoby transfer, how do they interrelate to another? When do you use one and when do you use another? We can get some exciting bids to get more precise auctions. And then interference. Well, we spoke about interference between the responder and the opener. But what about when it's between the opener and the responder? Then what? How do we deal with that? And maybe some odds and ends. We'll take a look at auctions such as 1 no trump by herself. Our partner does 2 diamonds. Then we do 2 hearts, accepting the transfer. And then they do 2 spades. Well, what happens there? Inquiring minds must know. Okay, bridge friends, on day 1, that completes part 1 and part 2 of our lesson on the Jacoby transfer system. For those of you with the Ultra and Premium memberships, you know what to do next. Right, sign in, come on down, and we'll take a look at some more exciting hands on bidding and play using the Jacoby transfer system. And for everyone else, I hope you have a good day, and happy bridge to you. See you soon. Bye now.